Oh, look out. Here we are again with the second episode of Balzac and the Black, even though we didn't call it that the first time around, but I'm pretty sure it's probably going to stick. There's no better name for it, is there?
It's a lot easier to say
than the alternatives.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's far too many consonants in that first one. Huawei, how are you? Look at you, Huawei. Hang on. I probably have to check with the legal team and see if I can do buckets of kudos in this podcast or this live stream, whatever we're going to call it. Anyway, Huawei, we'll give you a bucket of OBEs in the post, or orders of the British Empire, which I have absolutely no right or power to give out, but I'll give out some anyway. Huawei, first cab off the rank for this stream. We have to work out a new a new pretend fake prize that we can hand out for the first person in the chat. I don't think it can be a bucket of kudos, because as awesome a prize as a bucket of kudos is, I don't think I can just be handing them out willy-nilly on any stream that I'm on. Jesus, that'd be unfair. BJ Palmer, how are you? It's great to see you both here. All four of us hanging out together.
How are we all going? What's the biggest jar of Vegemite?
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I believe the largest jar of Vegemite I've ever bought was 800 grams. It was quite large, but I can honestly also say, in all honesty, that I haven't seen one of them in a supermarket for a long time. They were quite large. They were big bell-shaped jars of Vegemite, and I think the biggest you get now, you're lucky if you get half a kilogram of Vegemite in a jar.
You can get a 2.5 kilo tub. It's like a small bucket of Vegemite.
You had me at small bucket.
Yeah, but that's like, restaurants, schools, offices. So you'd be like bulk.
You need
supplies.
some kind of wholesale account to access it.
Yeah. Unless you can just order it from their website.
That'd be nice. Although, it would be nice actually, because one of my favorite things about Vegemite is letting it get to that really old stage where it's getting a little bit crusty and stuff, and you scrape it onto your bread and it's got vintage Vegemite flavor about it. It's like you've aged it a little bit. I
was just thinking aging it.
Yeah. People can get quite disgusted by it because it does get quite a crispy edge on it and stuff. But I think that's the best Vegemite. Sit your bloody jar of Vegemite open out in the sun for a week and a half, and then have a go at it. Costco. No, we don't have Costco, Huawei. Is Costco? Costco is just like is it just a big supermarket thing, or is it one of those conglomerate supermarkets where you've got to be a member and you can go in and get wholesale prices? Because we certainly have similar. I think we've got 2 different ones of those that operate in Australia, where as long as you're a member, you can go in and get superb discounts and fill up massive trolleys full of groceries at a time. Crikey, maybe we should have left toast in the title. We've got no viewers. Maybe viewers are more enticed by toast than some other random name.
I think there is Costco's down south. I'm seeing a news article where Melbourne residents, what was it? Escaped to Costco during the floods.
As in, it was just not for the grocery items that they stocked, but because of their elevation out of the water, more likely.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting that obviously there is then Huawei. We do have some form of Costco down here. I imagine it'd be the same sort of thing then.
Oh no, they flooded to Costco after a 5-kilometer radius extended under COVID restrictions. So they would have been going there to get the
people were flooding there to get their grocery items, pick up their canned kidney beans and whatnots.
Boxes of toilet paper.
If there was any left by then.
Yeah, true.
Oh, we had another mixed day here, BJ. It was sunny and beautifully warm for a little while, and it was rainy and windy. My favorite bit though was when I was sat at my outside table doing my crosswords with my cigarettes and my coffee. There was this really lovely breeze constantly blowing, so it wasn't too cold, it wasn't too hot, and every once in a while the breeze would pick up and it would blow up my shorts, and I'd get a lovely little feeling of autumn joy, shall we call it. FKJ, how are you, Rally? Long time no see. I hope you're doing well, brother. I hope you are doing well. Some bloody Caribbean fellas doing pretty well in the IPL right now. Indian Premier League. Cricket. Good times, that cricket tournament. I'm watching every single game on replay, though, so I can skip the ads because, you can shave like an hour out of a cricket game just by skipping the ads and stuff. It's pretty wild. Don't sacrifice your busy just for listening to our nonsense, mate. Goodness me.
It's not how you get viewers.
What are you busy with, S? Maybe we can help you. Let's help. Let's do a petition. No, we can't do a petition because there's only 4 of us here. So whatever you're doing, S, if we can help, let us know and we'll try and help. I don't think Chris Gale's playing anymore. I think he's gone and retired.
That's what I thought, yeah.
Sleeps on massive piles of money each night and probably some naked white girls as well.
Unless he's just playing the 2020s.
No, but he's not in the IPL. And if Chris Gale was still making money from 2020 cricket, he'd be playing the IPL, but he's certainly not here this year. I reckon, if anything, we'll see him do the Caribbean Premier League when it turns up next time our winter approaches. But if we don't see him there, then yeah, he's entirely satisfied with his bank balance as it stands, because I'm pretty sure it's pretty much as good as a Formula One race car driver's bank balance. G'day, TN Aqua. How are you doing? Yeah, because that S kind of proves my point exactly, that S being an American or a Northern American human being, they're only exposed to those gangster, high roller kind of characters, and that's exactly what Chris Gale did. And they tried to use him as a dude to market the T20 cricket to the North American culture, and yeah, they still T20 cricket is still not being played in North America. So yeah, as much as they used Chris Gale and got him inured to the American psyche, he still didn't boost the sports potential in that country. Those countries being USA and Canada. Cleaning toilets. S, I did that today. Oh, S, we are like twins, mate. I like made a fucking mess of my toilet this morning, and I had to clean it. So, hopefully, you're cleaning up your own mess and not someone else's. Otherwise, we're absolutely not twins. Yes, yeah. I don't like cleaning up other people's poo, but I guess you've got to bite the bullet and accept it when you've got to clean your own poo up, isn't it?
Yes.
I don't even really understand what made mine go so wrong. I mean, I certainly get I get different reactions to different hot sauces that I use overnight and stuff, but potentially I think now, after months and months and months and months and months of experience with different hot sauces and some very severe hot sauces, that sometimes just the other shit you put with the hot sauces may be doing the messing up. Like maybe the meat might have been a little bit wrong, or maybe those frozen vegetables were in the freezer before the power went off for 4 days. That never happened. But there's potentially many reasons why your digestive system can go to hell in a handbag in 24 hours or less.
What were you eating your hot sauce with?
I eat it with everything nowadays.
True.
I had an incident. Oh, hang on. I saw some extra names pop in. Adele, Collabs, Adele's. How are you, love? Good to see you. Always good to see you, love. I see you popping up on my Instagram every bloody morning. So you're busy as. What was you asked me a question before I referred back to the chat, but I'm still referring to the chat. I'll just need you to remind me of the question you asked me, and go.
Oh, what were you eating it with?
Oh, yeah, everything. Pretty much everything. Yeah. And actually, tonight for dinner, my previous meal from last night had enough leftovers, and I reheated that and then doused it in sriracha sauce, which, if you're a hot sauce fanatic, that's a pretty mild hot sauce as far as hot sauces go. But I doused it in that and ate a whole bunch of that, and I still I haven't shit my pants yet. So it might have been the hot sauce that I used last night on the same meal.
Keywords there were shit yourself yet.
Yet, yeah. Oh, but I'm like quite old and stuff, so I'm experienced with the way my body reacts. So when, like, if I'm going to shit myself in, let's say 5.5 hours, I get signals. My body starts telling me early, gives me a little bit of a tickle here, a little bit of a wheel behind my ear. There's all these little signs that my body gets, and I'm nowadays. I think it's the natural safety blanket, because
Your blackie senses.
yeah, the Blackie senses. Blackie doesn't want to shit himself walking to the shops or in the car park or stuff like that. So you learn those things pretty quick. Once you've shat your pants in the nightclub or on your way to the shops or something like that, your body builds up these defenses that stops you from doing those kind of things to yourself again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm kind of I get on top of it pretty quick nowadays. When I know an explosion like that is happening, I don't want to be too far from a usable toilet with potentially a garden hose nearby as well to clean up. Cody,
I had a hot sauce recipe that I got from one of the places that I worked at, which I just can't remember the recipe off the top of my head. It was pretty decent. We used to serve it with our wings. It wasn't too hot. That was the thing. So you could sit there and eat a good kilo of wings before your mouth go numb.
Yeah. That's the thing with those kind of hot sauces in restaurants where the general public goes. You've got to kind of agree to everyone's palate, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Whereas, there's so much fun to be had with hot sauce and chili and stuff, but unfortunately, most of us round eye folks are a little bit frightened of it. But yeah, I got some. They're not super hot chilies growing in my garden, but they like. Granted, when I thought I was all big and tough and stuff, I picked one up and I just went and bit into it and I ate it raw. And the first 20 seconds of chewing on it was good fun, and then all of a sudden it went, oh.
Yeah.
And then further down the garden, there's some jalapenos growing, and they're not, jalapenos are pretty tame and stuff. But I've got a friend of mine who I'm dearly hoping to get some of his seeds, because he's got some Carolina Reapers and one of the other hot ones. I can't remember which one it was as well. There we go. Huawei, have you tried Carolina Reapers? One of my favorite sauces that I eat at the moment, Huawei, is a Carolina Reaper based sauce. It's probably responsible for that burp, because I did have it on my dinner. Oh no, hang on. No, I didn't have the Carolina Reaper on my dinner tonight. I had the 3 Archer. But yeah, Australian company with the fucking bull's horns. What are they called? I've gone blank. Wow, I'm getting no sponsorship dollars this episode.
Did you message me about it the other day? Would have been a while ago though, yeah.
What did I message you about the other day with hot sauce? Because you don't like hot sauce, do you? You don't go there at all, do you?
Depends.
It depends.
Yeah, it depends on what it's on.
If it's on $50 or you're on a dare.
That too.
Yeah, I wouldn't have imagined you'd take hot stuff on anything. What do you take hot stuff on? I'm intrigued now.
Oh, like the wings that we did at the restaurant were pretty nice, but I do like a few curries that are hot, but yeah, I suppose I'm not one to actually go out, cook up a sausage, then douse it in hot sauce.
Oh, hang on. I've been ignoring the chat for a little while. But have you done the Carolina Reaper yourself in a sauce or something? Oh, Cody Donovan, are you doing your mum's house stuff? Wow. I'm putting that on the screen. I know you've got a typo in there because I'm sure he's saying hot sauce is the best. If that, look at, there we go. Fucking next comment. He's corrected the typo. If that's a your mum's house reference, Cody Donovan, I'm definitely sending you a bucket of kudos out in the post. And if you also get me the t-shirt that hot sauce is the best and he's Sriracha shirt, I'll start a Hall of Fame. I'll start a Hall of Fame, and Cody Donovan will be the first person in the Hall of Fame. Do you do your mum's house?
It's probably not going to come up because of the glare. It's what is it? Blair's Ultra Death Sauce.
Yeah, that's the one I got.
Yeah, that's the one that you sent me that picture of. It's got like the candy skull on it.
Yeah, the biggest problem I have with Blair's Ultra Death Sauce is like it's very strong and very, 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 very burny and powerful, but it's also the bottle is very easily confused with the Frank's Red Hot Sauce bottle, which I was going for, and I made up this nice tossed mince meat meal. I don't know what you'd call it, a stir fry, I guess, mince meat and rice and veggies and stuff. And I thought I had Frank's Red Hot and I had my Blair's Ultra Death Sauce, and I just, because I thought it was Frank's, I was just going like this because Frank's is, Frank's is pretty hot. Frank's Red Hot Sauce is pretty hot, but I can still do it across a whole meal. But then after the fact, and I'd realised that I'd completely doused my meal in Blair's Ultra Death Sauce, which is definitely the hottest hot sauce I've ever eaten in tiny quantities, let alone spread across a whole meal. And I think I got maybe 6 or 7 spoonfuls of my meat and rice into my belly before I was like, I just can't go on. I can't go on, because I was thinking, Frank's Red Hot Sauce, you can just pour this shit everywhere. And then the afterthought as well. The afterthought was that because Blair's Ultra Death Sauce was the most expensive hot sauce in my collection, so now I'm thinking I just threw away so many dollars of hot sauce because I couldn't
handle it.
Yeah, couldn't handle it. I was like, I'm soft. I had to give up. I have to pick up my game and get some harder hot sauces. Feel free, anyone. Send me your bloody hot sauces and whatnot. Did Cody confirm whether that was a YMH reference? I ignored the chat while I was doing that diatribe, that soliloquy, and whilst trying to light my apparently unlightable cigarette. All right. I have to go back through the chat because I'm confused. I read some isolated messages. I don't agree, S. I believe the brain has much more control over the digestive system than the actual bowel itself does. That could just be my experience, though. TN Aqua says the best shits are the ones that sound like a nearly empty bottle of ketchup being squeezed.
Righto.
I'd definitely go with that if the nearly empty bottle of ketchup that you're trying to empty has a decent sized hole, because I've emptied some of those tiny little narrow hole bottle of ketchup, and when they go, I don't want my best shit sounding like that. I think I just spat on my bed accidentally too. And I probably should have pointed the other way. No, then I would have spat on guitars.
Apparently there's a company in Byron Bay that does chili sauces and salsas and everything.
Byron Bay Chili Company.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's what they're called. But then you order their stuff, and I used to, because when I worked on the dock receiving goods for Woolworths, the local supermarket, and I always found it funny that the all of the products from the Byron Bay Chili Company came in from the Sunshine Coast, and they were actually being made up there somewhere. It's because the company started there, and then they sold their souls off to some rich businessman on the Sunshine Coast with his beachfront property and whatnot.
It's usually the case. I know that when I was working in Byron, we were getting a lot of our meat from casino, but it was actually coming down from the fucking coast.
Yeah, through the Brisbane markets via casino, perhaps.
Well, it was like they were getting the slaughtered down in casino, then getting sent up to Brisbane or the Gold Coast to be processed, which I found a bit
fair enough.
weird. Because
Just
casino itself
days
is
on the road. And they should have plenty of processing plants around casino, you'd think.
Well, that's it. That's what I was.
Point. Yeah, right. G'day, ugly man. What the fuck are you doing up? Fucking talking to me about being up. You going to bloody, what do they call that thing tomorrow morning? Dawn service?
It's in a couple
ugly
of hours.
Man. Yeah, ugly man will be up. He'll be there. He'll be curbside, sitting in his wheelchair, pretending to be a veteran with a broken leg. I mean, a gone leg. What do they call it?
Amputated?
Yeah, that'll do. Let's go with amputated. Ugly man and his amputated limb. Hanging out, getting free rums for dawn service. Bloody hell. If I had a limp, I'd be doing the same thing, brother.
Wait, is it tomorrow or Remembrance Day when they played the
No, Remembrance Day is Remembrance Day is the 11th of November, but tomorrow is Anzac Day, and yes,
yeah. But is that
tomorrow is when they do 2 Up? Yeah,
when they play the 2 Up or whatever it is.
Yeah, 2 Up.
What are you playing, ugly man? I've been trying to play DayZ lately, trying to get Kalen to jump back on, but he hasn't. I was playing a PvP server, and they did a recent wipe, but it was like 3 days in between a wipe and then the next wipe because they were doing a map update. Spent the 3 days fucking earning enough cash to be able to buy a car after the wipe.
But it was all gone anyway.
Bought the car. Oh, well, our cash was going to be transferring over after the wipe. So, yeah, I bought this car. 5 minutes later, I got killed and they stole my car. So I was like, yeah, that's why I don't play PvP.
But with the next wipe, did they lose that car?
No, because that was after the wipe.
Ah, right.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I spent like the 3 days farming to get enough cash for after the wipe because our cash was being transferred over after the wipe.
Yeah, brutal. No Man's Sky. Ugly Man says he's playing. I don't know that one. What's that all about?
I haven't played it, but I've been told that it's... Yeah, I've heard mixed opinions on it. It got a huge update recently, I think, if I'm remembering that right. Huge open world survival game, isn't it? I think, like out in space and shit, and you're going from like planet to planet.
Must be decent because he's roped his missus into it as well.
I think it's one of those games where it's just like endless because it's procedurally generated. Or I might be thinking of a different game.
Space Shooter, says Ugly Man. And Halo. Halo's got a TV series, apparently. I found out today.
Yeah, I've been watching Red versus Blue since I've been crooked the last couple of days.
Is that what the TV show is, though? Is it based on that kind of stuff, or is it more inclusive, more in depth?
No, it's basically like these fellas have they're playing the game, so that's what it kind of the animation is like. It's from the games and everything like that, but it's basically their own storyline and everything like that.
They're just making it up as they go along and then edit into a story.
Yes and no. It's like the first 3 seasons are just them fucking... Basically, it's like 2 teams in a gully. They're fighting each other, but they're just fucking shit talking and not really doing anything. And yeah, it's pretty gold. It's old though, real old.
So what's the one that's on Amazon Prime then?
I don't know. I haven't really sussed it out.
Yeah, there's a Halo TV show that's popped up on Amazon Prime. I'll have to have a look and see what it's all about. Not that I know anything about the games because I never played them much.
No, I only played the multiplayer where you're just basically shooting at your friends. Like, this is back when you used to have an Ethernet cable from Xbox to Xbox two different TVs set up in the same spot, two different Xboxes set up, Ethernet hooking the Xboxes up. So it'd be like 4-on-4.
Yeah, right. Those were the days.
Yes.
LAN days. S knows. S knows. All too well. I'm going to go and get a beverage.
Roger. Had you seen? Yeah. Yeah, this is back when I was in high school. Used to have an Xbox that was modded, so it had all the old arcade games on it as well, all the Xbox games, PlayStation games, Game Boy games. Smite. I think I had heard of that. Yeah. Yeah. Do you know much about Moon Knight, BJ, outside of the TV series? Because, yeah, outside of the series, or even in the comics, Moon Knight is a bit out there.
Yeah, that's been a pretty good series. I know nothing about the comics. And yeah, the Marvel series has spun me out. It's been pretty weird and out there.
Yeah.
Certainly some parts of it most definitely require a solid suspension of disbelief. What do they call it? Suspension of belief. Or disbelief. Either one, I suppose, works. But interesting. You've got to throw your disbelief out the window when you watch some of these shows, because they want you to question your boundaries and the shit that you believe. So why not have a go?
Well, it's definitely not your typical superhero either.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And the way they twist it between two personalities as well is quite brilliant. And that's probably come direct from the comic book.
Yeah, one thing we'll never see in the TV series is him wielding Mjolnir. Thor's hammer.
Ah, right. He do that in the comics, but they can't time that into the current Thor movies.
Well, I don't know. I doubt it. Because one of his powers in the comics is to be able to he's got power over moons, and because the metal that the hammer is made from is technically a moon, he can wield it.
Yeah, well, that's pretty interesting. Hopefully they didn't just narrow all of that power down into the shenanigans that they went through in one of the previous episodes. when they moved all this stuff around in the sky and whatnot. I'm really, really trying my hardest not to do any spoilers for what they did.
Yeah.
If you give a fuck, you've seen it by now. If not, why even bother? Why are you even here?
I haven't.
Yeah, you read the comics probably.
Yeah.
Bet you did. Bet you did.
No, I'm sort of one who likes to wait until a season is over before getting into it, so I can sit there and watch episode after episode after episode.
Yeah, that's Moon Knight is definitely one of those shows where I wish I did that as well. Because now I watch each episode and I go, oh, I just want the next one now. I think I made a pretty hefty point of that on my live stream the other day, if it wasn't on our live stream that we did last week. But yeah, it's like, it's one of those ones where one episode for 1 hour of your week is not enough. So yeah, if you can manage it, save it up. Watch a few at a time, and you'll still be disappointed that you don't have enough to go on with. Wait,
8
what did that
episodes
say?
are out, so
Yeah, because I did I did my ridiculously long live stream last week, and then Moon Knight came out, and I tried to watch that, and then you and I did our live stream, and I was very, 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 very quite drunk by then. And it was like 2 days ago, and I went back and I thought, I definitely have to watch that Moon Knight episode again, because I don't quite remember all of the aspects of that episode.
Yeah.
So I went back and watched it, and there was definitely a majority of the minutes of that episode that I don't remember whatsoever. So I'm glad I went back and did that. And now I'm ready for the next one to come. If there is one. Yeah, no, there is. There's got to be at least one more. Is it going to be a 9-episode series? Because like you said, I think has been 8 so far. No, I don't think there has been 8.
No, I think just because I'm looking
6.
at my the site that I do my naughty stuff of downloading stuff.
Pornhub.
No. Where I got all my TV series and comics and games and movies. I think I was, because it's got the season, the episode, but then it's got like 1080 web or like 720 or 1260 or whatever it is. I think I was reading the 1080 as the season and episode.
See you soon, Ugly. I sent Ugly a link to come up and tell us about his stuff, but he's gone. He's going.
I didn't even notice. Suppose I've got to really start paying attention to the chat.
It's hard when you're in the guest spot, though, because you've got to have YouTube open as well, don't you? Can you see? You can't see the chat in StreamYard, can you?
Yeah, I can. I just didn't open it.
Oh no, you can see it, but you can't type in it in StreamYard. Yeah, that's what it is. Onion tar. What's onion tar? Cody Donovan, you trying to be just as elusive as us?
Yeah, I could be wrong about the number of episodes. I wouldn't be surprised. Of Moon Knight, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if it's only 6.
I think it's 6 so far.
Because wasn't that how long Hawkeye and the Winter Soldier and Captain America were? Or the Falcon, sorry?
Yeah, probably, but Moon Knight's not finished yet. There's an episode or two to go at least yet of Moon Knight.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it is. If it's not 6, it's only 5
Yeah.
episodes of them done so far.
Oh, Scarlet Witch and the Vision. That was another show that they've done.
Scarlet Witch and the Vision, as in WandaVision.
WandaVision, yeah, that's it. Oh, and Loki, of course.
Yeah, they were good shows. And good they were like good standalone enough shows that they didn't rely too heavily on the rest of the Marvel universe. There was still enough other shit going on that it didn't have to be like it wasn't necessarily a cog in the wheel of the Marvel storyline. If you were just some random alien landing on Earth and turning up for that TV show,
Yeah,
that show could stand alone on its own as a show without relying on you needing to know too much other shit.
well, that's it. In WandaVision, there were a lot of references to the comics. Petro, or Quicksilver, her brother, when he shows up, he's the Quicksilver from XMen, not her actual brother from the Age of Ultron movie.
The pretend brother.
Who
Who was the he was the actor from American Horror Story, who was in the first 6 or 7 seasons of American Horror Story.
Wait, the X-Men Quicksilver or the Avengers Quicksilver?
Avengers one, the guy that turned up that was the fake brother, not the real brother.
Yep.
Yeah, he was in pretty much all of the American Horror Story episodes because the anthology series that was American Horror Story used all of the same actors throughout all of their series. So they turn up each series as different characters. And yeah, he was one of the main ones. I have no idea what his real name is, but fingers crossed someone in the chat will chuck it at us.
Yeah, Huawei. I was about to make mention of that.
No, but maybe the dude that played Pietro Maximoff is the one that from the film and not from WandaVision.
Well, see, the one that they used in WandaVision was Pietro from the X-Men movies, who was Magneto's son. And in the comics, Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, there's another one as well. I always have trouble remembering her name because she's got similar powers to Magneto. Yeah, they're all Magneto's kids. But in the Marvel universe, they've got no relation, as in the Disney Marvel universe, not the Fox Marvel universe.
Disney doesn't want to make it seem like Magneto's been
they can't
rolling around the university, tagging up whoever he wants to try and mix his special powers with.
Yeah, I don't think they can't because X-Men is owned by Fox, I believe.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's fucking ridiculous how that shit's stopping them doing what they want to do with their storylines and whatever. And then have Sony relinquished their Spider-Man ownership yet? That's still going on as well. It's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Just all of you get together and shake hands and make a movie
So
and put it all in one production company or some nonsense, you fucking idiots.
if you pay attention to the Moon Knight opening when they've got like the Marvel thing where they're flashing through all the different heroes and everything like that, you'll see that there's no actual Spider-Man in those clips because it's not a part of their deal.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and that's how finicky it gets, isn't it?
Yeah.
They're also attached to their trademarks and what they've got rights for. Wankers. They're banned dickheads. TN Aquas, I'm pretty sure Magneto porked Raven. I mean, who wouldn't, really?
It's a given.
That's a given, exactly. Yeah. Imagine if we all had a turn, how many different types of superheroes she'd have spraying out of her. There's a bloody user poll. We should. No, we can't do that. No, that's offensive, isn't it? If we all say, if we all had a turn at Raven, what kind of superhero we'd produce, I feel that kind of poll might be it might be quite offensive, and that probably we shouldn't advance with something like that. A gibbon, Cody Donovan says, yeah, that's if I had relations with Raven and I would potentially produce a gibbon. I think you're right, Cody Donovan, even though that's definitely not what you were suggesting, but I'm going to go with it to try and alleviate some of the potential offense from talking about us all having a turn of a particular superhero, because that's probably going to generate some interest. Probably won't, though, because we're only a little channel, aren't we?
So one thing I can't remember is whether in the new X-Men movies, Nightcrawler, did they sort of cover who his parents were?
Don't know. No, I'm lost already.
The blue dude with the tail who could like teleport. Because he was apparently he was apparently Mystique's.
Which movies do you mean? I don't remember this dude at all.
The new X-Men movies where it had what's her face from Game of Thrones? Sansa Stark as Phoenix. And Charles Xavier, Professor X, could actually walk. We're talking about what's her face, who played Raven. Fuck.
Halle Berry.
No, she was Storm. In the first round of X-Men movies.
Yeah, I'm really, really low on my knowledge of
Jennifer Lawrence? Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Tian Aqua has said Lawrence, like he's super tried to type it real fast and get it right, but he still made a typo. But we get where you were going, Tian.
Yeah, I picked him up. I picked up what he was putting down. Yeah, so apparently in the comics, Nightcrawler was Mystique's child.
And is that who Jennifer Lawrence played?
Yeah, she's the blue chick. Her
the
name was Mystique.
The last X-Men blue chick I can remember is Mystique, that was played by bloody, what's her name? John Stamos' Missos.
Yeah, those are the first round of X-Men.
Yeah, like 50 years ago or some shit.
Yeah, about that.
And there's been X-Men movies since then.
Yeah, with Fuck, what other movies has he been in?
Who?
I'm thinking of the person who played Charles Xavier.
He's been in yeah, I know who you mean. He was in that Twisty Bullet movie.
Oh yeah. That dude. So those are the next lot of fucking X-Men movies, the rebooted X-Men movies. Because they did that whole big movie where Wolverine goes back in time. Michael Fassbender. Wasn't he the fella who did Magneto? James
No.
McCoy.
Yeah, James. Is it
McAvoy.
McAvoy? Is it McAvoy? Fassbender. Who's Fassbender though? Now that why'd you bring his name into it?
Because he was the fella who played Magneto. Were they prequels? I thought that it was like a whole big reboot.
Yeah, I always thought it was a reboot as well, but I'm pretty sure McAvoy was the guy who was Magneto in the wheelchair. Oh, hang on,
No, that's
Magneto.
Professor X.
Yeah, that's who McAvoy was. James McAvoy was X, wasn't he?
Yeah, and Fassbender was Magneto.
I'm going to Google Fassbender so I get a facial, so I know who I'm thinking about. Because I don't think I know that McAvoy played what's his name, Professor X or whatever he's called. But I don't think I saw any of those X-Men movies.
Oh, okay. Because yeah, it was Jennifer Lawrence who was playing Mystique in it, or Raven.
And what am I looking up? Fassbender. Michael Fassbender.
Just Google Magneto actor. It'll either give you fuck. Yeah, now I need to Google him.
I don't think I've taken any
Ian McKellen was the old fella who played Magneto in the first lot of X-Men movies.
Yeah. I don't reckon I've absorbed enough of the newer ones to take on Fassbender for whoever he played. Who did he play again?
Magneto.
Yeah, I don't think I can remember. Like that would have been McAvoy as old mate versus Fassbender as his opposition. Yeah, they would have been fighting and stuff in their movies, wouldn't they?
I think it was like after the first one. I think it was like even towards the end of the first one. That's when Fassbender sort of went against him. Fuck, it's been that long since I've watched those movies.
Well, that's probably not quite as long as me because I don't think I have seen them. Oh, here we go. There's bloody all these answers in the chat. We've been fucking stumbling over these answers. Prequels. What were prequels?
To the X-Men movies, like the old ones with Picard and Gandalf. Now I'm just screwing with your mind purposely.
No, but I understood that more than any of the Fassbender conversations and McAvoy conversations because I understood that the Gandalf and the Picard X-Men stuff was at a certain point in time.
Yep.
That made absolutely more sense than the previous 11 minutes of this conversation. G'day, Chewie. Do I know where Balzac is? Yes, I do. Lunatic Fringe. I know exactly where he is. Kenny. Hey, Balzac.
Yo.
Say hi to Kenny like if you were Cartman saying hi to Kenny.
Keeney.
Perfect.
Keeney. No.
Yeah,
I was trying to think up a saying that he does.
I just basically say hi to Danny Ken with a Y in the early stages of the Kenny. And he hasn't taken an assassin out on me yet, or he hasn't blocked me from his Facebook or anything yet, so he can't be too offended by me saying that yet. So I suppose time will tell. If I get 1,000 people all going Kenny, he might get the shits at me, but we'll see. We'll see, won't we, Kenny? It's also not so easy to say. It's not so easy to pop a Y after a K in normal dialect.
If we're still talking about South Park, there is an episode where, what is it? They dress up Butters. They fake Butters' death, dress him up as a girl, so we could go undercover at a girl's slumber party to steal one of those old school paper toys where you like fold it and you got the answers inside and everything like that. The boys think the girls use it to tell the future and everything like that. And right at the end, they get it and they decide to blow it up. And Kenny's the one who blows it up. And yeah, it blows up a huge radius. And at the end, like all the boys have got like soot faces, black faces, because they were close to the explosion. And Cartman says, "Damn, Ken," but Cartman voice, and then the episode finishes.
Damn, Ken. Yeah, it's a shame it's so difficult to get the newest, freshest South Park in Australia.
I'm pretty sure that was from an old season too.
Oh yeah, that scene was like from season 21 or season 22 or something, but like I keep getting advertisements in my Instagram and in my Facebook saying to watch the post-COVID South Park episodes.
I've got those ones. They're pretty gold.
Yeah, but they're not just readily available on the internet.
No.
For me.
Lunatic Fringe, Balzac, Alberta, Canada. Is that like a small town or is that a one of my friends went and did he had a holiday in Europe and he was traveling around, and I think he was in Germany maybe, and there was a coffee shop that was called Balzac Coffee, and he sent me a photo of it. hamlet in Rocky View County, which is in the Calgary metropolitan region of the Canadian province of Alberta.
And what did he do?
Oh, he just sent me a photo of the coffee shop.
Ah, with Balzac, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We should get a copy of that photo so we can use it as a thumbnail for this live stream.
I'll
I
have
know
to find
Balzac was a what was he? He was a
author.
poet and a philosopher and an author.
Yeah.
Yeah. We could probably find some decent pictures involving that we could brutalize and turn into thumbnails.
There you go. If you go to my Facebook page, it's actually got Balzac coffee as my the banner, back banner or whatever it is.
Oh, you mean for me to do that?
Oh, no. I was just saying that, yeah, you can see it in there. I'm trying to see it and find it in all my pictures. Because I know that I've got it somewhere. I just don't know where.
Oh, Chewy, were you at my I can't remember which live stream it was, but one of the last live streams where I played guitar and sang really, really poorly. Wow. I can't believe YouTube lets people get drunk and sing songs on live streams really badly. How come they've got algorithms for advertising and stuff, but they haven't got algorithms for helping people not sound like shit on a live stream? It's so judgmental, YouTube. Trying to filter out the chaff from the good. Did they when they did the Butters dressed up as a dog, did they still use George Clooney? Did he come back and do dog noises, or was he only dog noises in the first season?
Oh, for Stan's dog.
Yeah, because Cody was saying that when they dressed Butters up like a dog, and I had, for some strange reason, I had thoughts that they brought George Clooney back for some dog noises for that episode. I could be wrong.
No, well, it was Butters was yeah, so he was pretending to be a dog, so the boys were getting him to woof or bark. So no, that was I doubt it would have been George.
Yeah, they probably wasted their budget on him in the first season. Always feel bad for Butters. How could you not feel bad for Butters? Unless you were completely fucking devoid of emotion and empathy for other human beings. That kid gets the worst of the deal ever.
So yeah, he voiced Stan's dog, Sparky.
Yeah. Paddy, Shaddy, Paddy. I'd send Patty a link to get her up on the stream, but she won't Facebook friend me. Just completely ignores me online. Just doesn't want anything to do with me except for coming into my YouTube streams and taunting me and giving me shit. Derek, how are you, brother? It's fucking awesome to see you, Derek. Long time no see. Always a pleasure to have the 44 Derek in here. It's so pleasurable. It makes me want to go and take a piss. So I'm going to go and take a piss. Exactly, Paddy. So hit me up on Facebook so we can get you up on the stream, Paddy. So you can tell us in all of your fantastic words how little we should have to do with each other. Ouch. Ouch.
I'm sorry if I don't know anyone's names. I just go off what I see in the comments, going off those names. But hello to everyone. So the 44 in front of your name, what does that stand for? Is that a birth date, like the 4th of the 4th? I was the faceless man for a while. I don't think... No, I'd only been in one other stream of Blackies, and that was like 2 odd years ago.
Apart from a few nights ago.
Oh, yeah. And I think that was during New Year's. Oh, I thought it was like my guy, like, you know, my guy, not 44 mag guy.
So we're all caught up on names now.
Not really.
Yeah, I mean S.
Oh,
there's so much mystery around S's name. Patty comes here for the bodily noises. Oh, I'm trying to work. I'm feverishly now trying to work out what kind of bodily noises I can make into the microphone that don't have to be on camera. Or alternatively, what other noises I could make that might sound like bodily noises. I got nothing. Jesus, sorry, Patty. You're going to be so let down tonight without your bodily noises. It's about the best I could do. Jesus.
I think a lot of these places in Balzac are really sort of missing out on the potential with the naming of some of their places.
How do you mean?
So, like Lunatic Fringe said before, there was a Balzac place in Canada, and I'm just sort of like scrolling around on Google Maps, having a look at what's there. Oh, okay. So one, this one, okay, I'll take that back. Nutrient Balzac.
Nutrient.
Balzac. But then there's like, Balzac Electric. They could have gone the other way. Electric Balzac. Yeah.
Wherever there's a Balzac, there is a goo.
Well, there is a Boot Valley in Balzac.
I think Paddy's really crafty and that she's not allowed me any access to her Facebook, so I can't invite her to come on this stream. G'day, Gaffer. Australia does seem to be full of insomniacs. Well, at least if there's myself and Zach and you here, Gaffer, there's at least 3 insomniacs and a bunch of Americans that have no fucking idea what to do at breakfast time. It's probably almost midday for some of them.
Yeah, I've been sort of having a quick look around on Google Maps, Lunatic, and there's a few lakes there too, aren't there?
Where is it?
In Alberta, Canada.
An area called Balzac.
Yeah, it's a hamlet.
A hamlet. It must be old then.
Balzac has 4 fish tanks out of 11 set up. Because I don't have the space for the extra 7.
Ouch.
Wow.
Are you talking about Rick Hastan's comment?
Yeah.
Rick Hastan always comes through with the goods.
Mm-hmm.
How you going?
G'day.
Bloody hell, Derek, where are you? You're in the bush, mate.
I'm just outside.
Just outside. You look like you could be in some Australian's backyard.
What is Texas?
I didn't know Americans had trees in their backyards. Amazing.
Yeah, you got to go hard to find that.
You got to go hard. You got to go deep, and you got to go hard.
Get in there nice and deep like.
What's going on? What time of day is it there, Derek?
Afternoon. Just after about 12:30.
Wow. Well, I suppose it is after 3 a.m. here, isn't it? It's going to be a terrible morning here tomorrow.
Sounds
But
like
good Formula One race. That's the only reason I'm still up. I stayed up to watch the Formula One. It's the only car racing I could give a fuck about.
Yeah, I don't watch car racing much.
No, most of it's boring. Most of it's boring as batshit.
Chat on.
What's been going on, but are you still in the same place?
Yeah, I'm still in Texas. Trying to find new job. Otherwise, not much is going on.
Well, if you're trying to find a new job, then that's pretty much all that you need to be going on, isn't it? Really? If you're going to rely on a job, that should be your primary focus.
Yep.
So, yeah, as long as you're keeping that up, that should be good.
I've been in Texas for about a year now, and I actually really like it, so I want to stay here.
Huawei says that he had a Balzac when he was a kid. Is a Balzac a toy that you guys could get as children?
Yeah, Balzac balloon, apparently.
Somehow I don't doubt that.
There's even a funny 90s toy commercial for it.
Well, how lucky are we that we've chosen a marketable quantity as a word in our title of our live stream?
Yes.
And I'm just on the earliest impressions. It doesn't seem very copyrightable, so I think we'll be all right. We'll be okay. Like me and Zach, we're not going to get copyright pings for using the word Balzac when it's a name of a dude from 500 years ago.
It is.
We should be okay. Yeah, Balzac. He was a philosopher and some other nonsense as well. He used to write to the Prime Minister and tell him the definitions of words for the dictionary or some nonsense.
Words from Balzac.
He was a French novelist.
But does it say in there that he didn't write letters to the dictionary guy and tell him definitions for words and stuff?
It doesn't say he didn't.
Yeah, good, because I'm trying to perpetuate that story that I created in my own mind that I don't necessarily believe is actual or factual. Cody Donovan says we need fights in baseball like in hockey. I think we need more fights in basketball. Basketball is such a more man on man or person on person. Sorry for all you other people. Person on person. They get so close to each other. Why can't they fucking drop the elbow into each other's lower jaw? Bit of that. Basketball is crying out for violence. If you're calling out for violence in a sport, basketball is the one that needs it.
They got to do like hockey though. Once a fight starts, the refs and everyone have got to back away and let it play out.
Yeah.
And as soon as someone hits the ground, that's when they go in and stop it.
Yeah. Well, I'd go so far as saying when you're talking basketball, as soon as there's blood on the floor, that's when the refs have got to step in and stop it. Because I mean, the fights can still go to the ground and still yield not much result action, but if someone's bleeding out the nose or out the ear or out the lips onto the polished wood floor, then there's grounds to stop the fight. But yeah, not till blood's pissing out.
I don't know. I don't know anything about basketball.
Do you know anything about blood and fights?
A little bit. Try to.
Yeah, most fights look good on TV.
Oh yeah.
And when you've got, 100 4K cameras pointed at a fight that might make some blood go on the polished wood floors or the polished ice of an ice skating rink. I think they should all be encouraging that kind of behavior.
All right. See you later, Daniken.
I have a good one. Thanks for hanging out.
Kenny,
Daniken.
see you soon.
Kenny.
Okay, I keep thinking he hates me for doing that because I do it all the time to him. I call him Kenny. And he's such a quality human being that I think he might disapprove of the correlation to South Park, as it were. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Says, no fighting in basketball messes up those pretty faces. Hockey is a fight on ice with an occasional swat at puck. Interesting. I don't know much about hockey either.
Well, I think that's why they don't allow it in cricket as well, BJ Palmer, is because it's such a gentlemanly sport that they don't want fighting and bloodshed to tarnish the reputation of the sport, as it were. But, sports like ice skating and baseball, they're already tarnished. They're already shit. So let them do their ridiculous behaviors in those stupid sports. Why can't we combine the fantastic Canadian sport of curling with boxing and have like as they're trying to sweep the rink as the bull or whatever you want to call it slides down the ice, why can't the opposing team members be punching the shit out of one another?
Well,
wouldn't that be a more televisable version of curling than what we get nowadays? Oh yay! Let's see some guy go havoc at a broom instead of using that broom to beat the shit out of his opposing team member. It could be a reason or two why I'm not on the IOC or the WIOC, whatever they call the bloody ice version of that show.
I don't know.
Do you know hurling? The sport
Hurling's-
hurling. The
Yeah,
Irish.
that's like their.
Is that a Scottish sport or
No, Irish.
it's-
It's like a mix between AFL and baseball and soccer.
and lacrosse.
Yeah.
very
It could
complicated?
potentially be the finest sport that humans have ever created, except that there's not enough bleeding noses in it.
No, they got to wear helmets. So
Yeah, and there's not enough broken bones in it. Otherwise, it'd be a great sport. But still, considerably more impressive than American football.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, look at me going for subscribers now. Drop some American football dirt and then watch the subscribers climb. No, it's quite a brutal sport. It's like lacrosse with a lot more violence, I think, is curling. They can like hit each other with their sticks and stuff. I think you get penalties in lacrosse for hitting your opponent with your stick, don't you? Any lacrosse players in the crowd? Chewy, you played lacrosse when you were younger.
Mm.
But yeah, I'm sure in curling, I'm sure they get away with that. There's a little bit of liberty, shall we say, with when it comes to hitting your opposition with your stick. Because I'm pretty sure with lacrosse, there's it's quite a little bit frowned upon if you try and trip your opponent up with your stick, or try and whack them over the back of the head with your meshy bits of your framework that still hurts if you whack them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, similar sports, curling and lacrosse. But I'd probably have more fun playing curling than lacrosse.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because curling there's a little bit more violence, and lacrosse there's a little bit more running and stuff. And I'm not a big fan of running myself.
Running's okay. I just can't do it for very long.
That's pretty much my point. But it's I wouldn't even probably go so far as saying it's okay, but I definitely can't do it for long.
say lunatic. I did a bit of a quick read, and yeah, Balzac was named after Balzac, named by William Cornelius Van Horn after one of his favorite authors, Balzac.
So much creativity using the same name over and over again.
It's like the password you just.
What did you say, Derek?
It's like that one password you just use for everything.
Yeah. It's like I just learned how to say spoon, so I'm gonna say spoon for everything now that I think is cool. No,
Balls,
different
yeah.
concept.
Yeah, suppose. Maybe.
Australian Balzac.
I'm sorry, I'm just playing some guitar along in the background because I have to. I'm drunk. It's pretty much the theme of these streams is I'm going to be drunk and Zach's gonna talk me down from when I get really drunk. He's got to be the sane guy. He's the straight man.
That's good.
But it's also his responsibility to keep me going when when I'm certainly drunk, but I'm still drunk enough to provide some form of entertainment.
Are you gonna hit your computer again?
No, I don't do that anymore. I paid far too much money for this computer to hit it. That other one cost me nothing. I don't care about it. It still works though.
That's good.
Pleasantly surprised because I think there's still some files and shit on there that I need to recover.
Yeah.
It's a Commonwealth thing.
Well, hopefully next week if I come over, if I'm not feeling crooked still by then, it'll be both of us getting drunk on stream.
Oh yeah, we could do it and on the one camera. Wouldn't that be a thing? We should probably plan for that and make some preparations.
Mm-hmm.
What do you reckon, Derek? If Blackie and Balzac were on camera at the same time, what kind of shenanigans should we get up to?
Excuse me.
All kinds of shenanigans.
We should probably open that question up to all three people that are in the chat at the moment as well. There's more than three. I was just saying three to be a dick. Don't hold it against me. Yeah, I only found out about that today. So that Balzac and the rest of his family were coming over this weekend. So what else should we get up to? Yeah, let's do a live stream where we get up to some antics and nonsense. GRB is here.
Yep.
Is that the first time you've pitched in GRB? I haven't seen you yet tonight. Oh no, there's one. Hurling, not curling. Hurling and curling are definitely two different sports.
Yeah, he's been in. At least I think he would.
Sorry, I didn't even see his hurling, not curling, I think.
Mm-hmm. For the USA, Canada, and French history and a purchase. Yeah. The
Bloody
1 point.
Louisiana purchase. And that was like just over 5 million it cost the US to buy Louisiana from the French. And they got those couple of little extra incentives as well.
What that works out into currency. Alberta. Yeah.
Alberta. That's an Eric Clapton song, isn't it? How does that go?
I don't know.
Wow. If I was a good guitar player, I'd remember that. And then I'd just crack straight into Alberta by Eric Clapton. But it's an Eric Clapton song. Might have been some old other person before him. Anyway, who cares?
I don't know.
That's an interesting chord.
Hmm.
You can talk. Go talk for your life, Derek. I'm just doing like background music, man. I'm scratching my nuts, as it were.
I don't want to be ignorant, so I'm Googling the purchase of Louisiana.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, well, I know the US bought it off France quite a long time ago, but I'd love to know what extras, what add-ons they got when they bought Louisiana.
1803, and they paid 15 mil for it.
It's more than they paid for Alaska from the Russians.
Well, I'm just trying to look at like the different maps from back then as well, because there was a lot of Spanish territory.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
was.
There was.
The Spanish were very unrelenting with giving up territory as well for a lot of their
Yeah.
time.
Oh, yeah. History is a beautiful thing.
There's a Florida purchase from Spain.
Hmm.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, they were probably happy to get rid of that one.
It was quite a yeah, when the US took possession of Florida and that area, it was very war torn and very rife with pirates at the time, so it was quite risky of the US to take it on,
Mm-hmm.
because it was quite an area filled with dissidents at the time.
Definitely more than who paid the Americans for their land. Yeah, that's true.
Say that again.
Oh, why are we always yelling? Commented, definitely more than the beads and trinkets we paid the Native Americans for their land. Which is true.
One could argue survival of the fittest, really, couldn't they?
I guess you could.
Especially if they wanted to start an argument.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to start? Okay, BJ.
Yeah, I hope she's doing okay, BJ. I also assume that means she can't hear my lovely rehab guitar music that I'm playing for her. All the wrong notes and everything.
Hmm.
Did you hear? Did you listen to any of their other stuff, Huawei?
Sorry.
Oh, Huawei said that he liked Cosby Sweater by Hilltop Hoods. Something we were talking about in the last late night drunk stream.
Maggot stream.
Uh,
It was a pretty wild time.
Went for a good couple of hours too.
3 and a bit. I was like, on my mainstream mother, I was like, I don't want to go for too long. And then that one was like 3.5 hours. And then we got up and did this one and we did 3.5 hours as well. And it's like, bloody hell. Don't want to do long, but let's go for 7 hours a day. Yay.
I know that feeling. Start streaming and time gets away from you.
It does. It just vanishes. It turns into a vapor.
Mm-hmm. How's fish doing? You still got any fish?
Me? Yeah, still got some.
That's cool. I gotta get some more fish. I've got a tank I need to set up.
I'm trying to convince my mum to let me set up a fish tank stand that I had set up ages ago. Throw my other tanks up on it, set them up. I had like 5 tanks on it. I'm trying to think of the conversion rates. Because it was like I had a good 70 litre and a 60 litre and then 3 20 litres. I think 20 litres convert to 5 gallon, roughly.
Yeah, I think 20 is 5, 70 is
3.83 litres to the gallon.
3.83 liters to the gallon.
So yeah, you can get pretty close just by dividing by 4.
So yeah, almost, what is it, 18.5 gallon for the 70 litre.
Well, I think let's work it out. 70.
Well, it's like 18.492 is US liquid gallon.
70
yeah, right. So you divide by. Yeah, I was in my head. I was multiplying by the 3.8, but I should have been dividing by, shouldn't I?
Yeah, 70 liters comes out to about 18 gallons, roughly, maybe 20. Give it take a liter of substrate.
It's awfully generous that you give or take the liter.
But yeah, I had a pair of angelfish in that tank breeding.
Oh, that's a 15 gallon. Yeah. Awesome, thanks.
And I was using the 5 gallon tanks as my like grow out tanks. But yeah, when I moved, my angelfish didn't survive too long afterwards. which was pretty disappointing.
I've got a 30-gallon down in the basement. I need to get set up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow. Liters. Got 160 set up at the moment as my tropical fish tank. And one pretty close to the same amount as a goldfish tank with some corridoras in it. But yeah, my I suppose you could call him my centerpiece fish in all my tanks is my black ghost knife.
Ooh, nice.
It's probably a good 45, 50 centimeters.
Nice. That's big.
So yeah, I've had him over 3 years now. Got some long fin zebra danios in with him as well. And a shit ton of fucking snails that I need to get rid of.
Yeah. The snail.
Guess where they came from?
Plants? I don't know.
Probably from me.
Yep.
Just get a tiny slice of cucumber each day and put it in the bottom of your tank, and
I did. I've done that.
Just do it every day though, and keep doing it, and then do it again, and then start doing it with 7 pieces of cucumber.
I was even using my what is it? I was throwing in because I had the terracotta pots for my angelfish, and I had like the dishes that you'd put under the pots. I'd throw one of the small ones of those in with the cucumber or zucchini because they love that terracotta pot dish. Every day, be scooping out the slices as well as pulling out that dish, putting them back in. I'd even do it twice daily, like of the morning, of the night time as well. But no, it's just because they just reproduce so fucking quick.
It's about getting that balance in the tank. I can't wait till you're here, if you're coming next weekend, to see the massive amount of snail and shrimp that I have all living in the one 3-foot tank and surviving well with one another when I remember to feed them. But they're still all living, and so many baby shrimp and so many baby snails. Yeah, I'm
Chubby Guppy and Sunfish for fish.
Oh wow, Chubby Guppy and Sunfish. Haven't seen those guys for ages. Wow, I totally. I've lost a lot of subscribers lately. I totally picked those two for subscribers that I'd lost. No, I didn't. That was nonsense subscribers. YouTube's cleaning them out again, people. Get ready for it.
Tick asks, have you ever seen a pink Mexican wrestling bunny play down under? What the hell?
No, Chewy. I don't think I've ever had mushrooms that strong.
Oh wow, 750.
Yeah, but I was like a couple of weeks ago, I was like 770 or something, and when I looked yesterday and I was down at back in the 740s, and I was like, oh fuck, what have I done? What did I do to piss all these people off? And then I figured it must have just been because my behavior on YouTube is generally quite exemplary. So I couldn't imagine that YouTube would delete subscribers from me just because of my behavior. So I figured it was just one of those ones where they just delete people that haven't touched on your videos for a little while, and not because I've had my penis out banging on tin cans for drum noises in that video that I did. Is that one still up on my YouTube channel? I'm not sure. It should have went super viral. Such a famous YouTuber like me using my penis as a drumstick on tin cans. I mean, that's YouTube gold right there. But the powers that be at YouTube headquarters, they don't like penis being used whilst they're erect.
Yes.
It's unfortunate, especially for my channel. Most of my channel's comedy comes from erect penis jokes. So what can I do? What can I do? I've got to continue with my OnlyFans channel and hope that makes some coin on the side, I guess. Oh, I don't know.
Last I checked, I'm just about to 600. So
at least OnlyFans lets me beat my penis on the tops of old coffee cans and stuff. While YouTube doesn't want a bar of it.
Nah, they're pussies.
Even Vimeo lets you get away with it until you show the eye of your penis. Nah. And then they're like, nah, gone. See ya. We can't see that. But they can see the shaft. They can see the veins if they want, and the wrinkles in the foreskin. But as soon as they see the tip of your penis, nah, you're gone. You're banned. So a friend told me.
Yes.
Essentially, what I've decided is that the marketing via the way of the penis it's not really an avenue worth pursuing. You know.
You got to get in the right channels.
Yeah, and not many of those channels are on YouTube if you're going to use your dick for marketing purposes.
Mm-hmm. The upside down F-150 truck.
What did you say?
Yeah, literature said, "Have you seen the upside down F-150 truck?"
It's a fellow who's constructed a drivable upside down truck.
Based on the Ford F-150.
I believe so.
Are you drive that to?
What's the in Stranger Things? What's the place underneath called?
I don't know.
I think it's called the Underneath.
The Underdark or something like that.
Oh, of course
the
he is.
upside
Of course
down.
he is, Chewie. The upside down. Yeah, that's what it is.
I haven't actually really watched Stranger Things.
Oh, it's quality.
Magneto.
Yeah. Go and watch it.
Is it still on Netflix?
Yeah,
Or is
first
it-
3 seasons. I imagine I'm fairly confident that in the next within the next 12 months there'll be another season of it. I think
Yeah.
they're trying to create a story for beyond where it finished at season 3, so it'll probably happen.
He's probably getting it on Prime or something. I don't know. Dun.
Yeah, I got to try and practice my fingers. My fingers are out of practice. So the best way to practice my fingers is with bass guitar. So
Yes.
I'll be continually slapping away and strumming away on the bass guitar just to make my fingers work, because either I've got severe arthritis or some form of Parkinson's disease. Everything shakes all the time. Actually, shaking digits could potentially have something to do with alcohol consumption.
Well, Rory's got rheumatoid arthritis, so I wouldn't be surprised if you've got some form of arthritis,
Yeah,
rheumatoid or otherwise.
I've definitely got some form of arthritis, but the effects of that may certainly be exacerbated by the amount of alcohol I consume on a daily basis. Huawei's got calluses on his fingers. Yeah, but you're not playing guitar, right, or anything like that, eh? You're putting them where they shouldn't be.
I don't know. Let's see.
Oops.
Arthritis, no cure, no relief. That sucks, Chair.
Oh, you know it is real nice, Chewy. Yeah, let's go with a nice, heartfelt story for this one instead of some other nonsense. But when I oh, hang on. Yeah, right. I totally forgot what story I was going to tell because I've got so many lined up. But my only son that cares about music and stuff, he came to me today looking for guitar pedals because he wanted to fiddle around with some sounds and stuff. I'm going, yeah, I've got a couple of guitar pedals, but they're pretty shit. And then I worked out that I had 2 different like multi-effects guitar pedals, which are like 99 guitar pedals in one device. So he had a choice to take either or, and I could give my son all of these guitar pedals instead of one. It felt like a great story when I started it, but now it just seems like a waste of breath.
Which one did he take?
What?
Which one did he take? Were they both the same or different?
No, he took a singular electronic device, which is many guitar pedals in one,
Yeah.
and powered by a single power supply instead of multiple guitar pedals that require a 9-volt battery each, which I probably could have solved as well if I dug through all of my cables and whatnot to find a power supply that would power multiple guitar pedals at once. But it's so much easier just giving one device that is powered by one power supply and has all of those guitar pedals in it. But yeah, I did also warn him that he may well need to download a online instruction manual for that multi-effects unit, because they are freaking complicated to use when it's just dials and a couple of buttons. But you know, that's the fun of kids these days, is they like to try and work stuff out and make it work.
Well, he's going to be using it for his mixing, isn't he?
No, to be honest, when he came asking me for guitar pedals, he wanted something that made dirty heavy metal guitar sounds, because one of his older brothers, he thinks, could benefit from learning to play some heavy metal on guitar. So that's why he wanted guitar pedals, so that there could be two of them making loud guitar noises at the same time.
The eldest or middle child?
Eldest. And I thought that sounds like a great idea, because, you know, why not have some other outlet for all that rage?
I mean, the neighbors will get annoyed. I don't know.
Most of the neighbors are dead now after the floods.
Ooh. Yeah, I heard about y'all having that flooding out there.
Yeah, it was just a little one.
I really wish I had the technology to slow-mo through Zach's reaction to what I just said before. That would be gold. I know we've only got like 1.3 viewers right now, and 2 of the viewers are of dwarven stature. But if anyone saw the facial expressions that Zach made when I said that last, not the dwarven comment, because no one needs to see the reactions to when anyone makes a dwarven comment, but the previous comment, that facial reaction was golden. I'll have to go and try and find it myself, I guess. Chewie doesn't bloody remember how to video edit. BJ Palmer's got too much on her plate already without worrying about capturing YouTube videos. Huawei, get on it. Go and fucking find that stuff that Zach just did with his face. It was gold. It could be a meme. It could be a viral meme, and no one knows it yet. How do we ever know what a viral meme is until it's viral?
Did you actually lose anyone in the street?
What?
Did you actually lose anyone in the street?
As in, did anyone die? No,
Yeah.
no one died. No one died that I've heard of.
Yeah.
Well,
I nearly said smelt, but I didn't, and then I just did. Shit.
Because, yeah, if anyone would have in the street, it would have been those neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny that maybe 3 weeks ago, I posted a thing because I've been hearing, or had been hearing stories of deaths during the flooding and stuff that weren't being made public and whatnot.
Hmm.
And then it was only a few days ago that someone had popped a post up on one of the local Facey pages asking if anyone knew the actual, death toll from the flooding and whatnot. And yeah, no one's been able to provide one because of how secretive the local governments and whatnot have been about it, because they don't want to destroy people's hopes. As soon as you start saying, well, 423 people died, then everyone just goes, oh, I've got no chance of living, and they give up hope and they just die themselves.
So close to election too. They don't want those numbers getting out in the public.
I think that has a considerable part to do with it as well, is that we are heading towards a massive election for this country, and a very, very, very massive election for this country, where a lot of the country considers that the current government is doing fuck all for this country, and that some other government could do better for it, whether it be one of the other major parties, or somehow we have to eliminate this bipartisan government situation and get just a group of affiliated people in instead of these stupid parties. Hang on.
Yeah.
Maybe contradictory, but this
I think that's along the line.
party nonsense is ridiculous. How can dividing a country into two political parties balance a country out? Because there's always going to be 1,000 or more people on every little tiny aspect either side of what each party believes in.
Yeah, it's political parties are just snakes in the grass.
Exactly, yeah. Most people are 100% centrist, with a little bit of leaning to this way or a little bit of leaning to this way. And I have to stop. I can't go on this topic. Sorry, I am drunk and I refuse to talk about politics to this level when I'm this drunk, because it's a silly topic.
Oh, especially when you're drunk.
Yeah.
Just don't vote for dickheads, I guess, is my drunken advice.
That's probably the best advice.
And make sure you know or understand at a bare minimum the people that you choose to vote for. Know where your vote's going to go in the end, because we have a really, really silly system down here where we have preferential votes and all this kind of nonsense. So we can vote for, 3 different people, and those 3 different votes can go to 9 different people that we don't expect those votes to go to. It's very confusing. It's any wonder that, any wonder we've got this hippie movement down here with fucking idiots that don't know what they're doing with their vote and believe that 5G is going to kill their brains, and vaccinations.
Bill Gates is chipping us.
Yeah, that guy too. Yeah.
Oh, vaccinations. Good. Don't get me started.
Okay, let's not talk about vaccinations then. Let's talk about honey badgers.
Honey badger.
The union player or the animal?
The animal. Much more entertaining.
Oh, the union player wasn't too bad once he got out of playing union.
Once he got out of playing union and got into his underpants. That's pretty much what he did straight out of playing football, wasn't it? Was then pretty became an underpants model. and a Twitter sensation or whatever platform he was on.
I don't know about honey badgers. He don't give a fuck. Or at least that's the name.
BJ seems to know about the honey. Oh no, she's probably just talking about the animals.
The animal, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Extremism is the problem, says Paddy's, and it's a big one. Yeah, but unfortunately, Paddy, there's extremists
part of the-
on all sides, everywhere you look nowadays.
Oh yeah, there's extremisms on each side, no matter what side you're on.
Well, you can't even say each side anymore because there's like 93 different sides nowadays, and every single side has some form of fucking idiot extremist that
That's true.
needs to make some kind of radical point to make themselves stand out from the crowd. And it's like, just these are the people that need to sit back and think, we need to try and work out how to make it better for everyone, not just better for me. There's so much in the political environment nowadays is just people saying everything has to be perfect for me instead of let's make it good for everyone. So much selfish, fucking ridiculous behavior in today's political environment. Part of me thinks it was so much better when people didn't give a fuck about politics, but the last 25 years, all of a sudden, everyone's become so super aware of politics and so super involved that all of a sudden politics matters all of a sudden. You never used to. It just happened in the background. Now all of a sudden that's a thing.
Yeah, because all the politicians are fucking everything up.
Yeah, we need a new batch of youthful politicians with the right motivation and the right credo, the right tenets in their mind.
Get some younger people with fresher minds.
They're coming. They're definitely in there. It's we got another 20 years, I reckon. We're putting up with all these old fuckers and their stupid ideas. We got some youth coming through that's gonna sort some shit out. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Fucking the honey badger's only a year older than me.
The underpants guy.
Yeah, he did a season of The Bachelor.
Yeah, what's his actual name?
Nick Cummins.
Nick Cummins, that's right. Yeah.
Cummins. Mm-hmm.
He was a rugby union player. Did he play? Yeah, he played for Australia. He played a couple of games of international rugby union for Australia, and then he got
even did a stint over in Japan.
Oh, he played a bit over there as well. I nearly did that too. I couldn't leave. I was too young to go and play in Japan. I don't care how much money you want to give me. But yeah, then he was offered a lucrative contract to advertise a particular brand of Australian underpants and develop this honey badger personality, not only from playing rugby union on the football field, but also via his lucrative advertising contracts. And I think it'll probably be a lesson in life for a lot of Australian sports personalities who are just wafting below the, that line of elite sports person. that if you're a little bit fucked up or you've got a little bit something different, you could get a lucrative advertising career that could set you up for life, no matter how many years you play your stupid sport for.
Interesting. I'd love a
Don't you
deal
think
like that.
a lot of, I mean, there's like American footballers and baseballers and stuff that could realistically, if they rolled into a baseball career on speculation of them being awesome, they could make enough money in a year or two to just set them up for life and go and buy a ranch or something in Texas and just completely support themselves for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of sports shit like that going on now where it's just ridiculous amounts of money for just being able to kick a ball or to be able to hit a ball with a piece of wood or whatever, or a piece of titanium or whatever to make this shit out of nowadays.
Yeah, you get into one of those contracts, you're set for life.
Exactly, yeah. So, you know, let's do everything we can do to just get one of them, do the absolute worst shit possible to my body for a year to play the best sports and that I can for that year or two, and then just survive on that money for the rest of our lives because the money is that ridiculous for sports. And
Get a lifetime contract with Nike where it's $7 million a year.
Nike, Adidas, and whatever the other shoe brands are. So I don't pay attention to the shoe brands. I just buy what's ever cheapest at the old Walmart.
what's a shoe?
A shoe?
Foot gloves.
Foot gloves. Oh yeah, I think I've got a foot glove somewhere. Even in the winter, my big toes are still black from the soil in the ground because I just walk around in barefoot all the time.
Oh yeah, I like walking around barefoot.
Huawei says shoes are the things you find spiders in. No. Shoes are the things spiders find my feet in once in a while.
Man,
It's funny you should say that because my my rubber slippers, Zach, my chef shoes.
Oh yeah, yep.
I mean,
I looked at them today, and the openings to both where you put your feet in are both all full of cobwebs at the moment. They've been infested with spiders. So yeah, I won't be putting my feet in them without a dustpan, a brush out first.
Just throw them out on the grass and hose them out.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust shoes in Australia.
Yeah, well, that's exactly my point, Derek. I very rarely wear them. I wear them if I have to take like my parents or go to an official appointment or something like that.
You gotta go out in society where they.
Yeah. But if I've just got to go to the supermarket and pick up some beetroot and some fried onions, then I'm just doing that barefoot. If I got to go and order some fish and chips, barefoot. If I got to go and pick up a pizza, barefoot. If I got to go and renew a prescription, yeah, I might put some shoes on for that.
Pluggers. That's my go-to footwear.
Yeah, I might give them to you actually. I went and spent bloody $17 on a pair of double pluggers for Pop the other day because apparently you wanted a pair of thongs. No. Tried them on once for a couple of minutes. Can't wear them.
What, too stiff or just uncomfortable?
No, not enough dedication to wearing them for more than a minute to make it work, is my theory.
The tennis.
So for people who don't know what pluggers are, they're thongs. Wait, what do Americans call them? Flip-flops?
What?
Pluggers.
Oh.
Flip-flops or thongs. I think even
flip-flops.
thongs, yeah.
Thongs are different, I think. Or, I don't know.
What are they? What are thongs?
Yeah, Americans thongs are, your G-strings.
Yeah, that's the women's underwear department.
Yeah.
I think they've got it around the wrong way. I think that the footwear should be called thongs and the underwear should be called flip-flops. Because if you've ever been running behind a lady, running, I'll stop there. That joke went too far already.
Yes.
I think everyone was knowing where you were going with it anyway.
That's a sign of quality comedy when the punchline is already evident well before you're there. It's not really. Yeah, that's my problem, BJ, is that I never want to wear shoes, and then all of a sudden the winter comes around and all of the concrete that I have to walk on becomes low degrees temperatures, and all of a sudden I have to put my rubber slippers on or the next nearest opportunity, which is generally just socks, I guess. Put some socks on and risk wearing the soles of your socks out.
I have to wear shoes to work because it'd be a bad idea not to.
Yeah, I just used to always claim that I was wearing my Australian safety boots, which is code for bare feet. But yeah, no wow, how difficult is that word? Authoritarian. No authoritarian figure ever accepted my description of Australian safety boots. So yeah, I generally have to put some shoes on at work, or at least a pair of socks with some steel toes in them.
So I've just come across something of all the different names for pluggers, flip-flops, thongs, and there's one they say down in Texas, they call them clam diggers.
Clam diggers.
Yeah, so I was, thinking along the lines of your joke there, Blackie. Why G-strings should be called flip-flops. And, clam diggers.
Prop, prop, prop. In prison, we call them waffle stompers. That's a
waffle stompers.
I keep forgetting what a waffle stomp is. You baited me then, Huawei, big time. That's there for slapping your poop down the shower hole. I think in prison you do a poo in the shower, and if you try and push your poo down through the drain in the shower, I think that's called waffle stomping, isn't it? So if you You go into the prison shower with your flip flops on. You've got a ready-made waffle stomper to get rid of your evidence.
Mhm.
Wow. On that note, let's call it quits.
Okay. Good thing you're not.
Oh,
So
pretty proud that it took us this long to get to poop talk, because the last live stream I did, I think we were pretty early into the piece. We were talking about shit and pooping and stuff.
So there's
Good go.
what is it? Is it okay to waffle stomp? Certainly, it is efficient and, when done well, perfectly safe. But it is by no means a perfect solution. First, we shall focus on the waffle, and in due time, dear reader, the stomp. The waffle's consistency is the first hurdle at which many amateurs stompers fall.
Oh, don't stop. I'm invested now in this story.
That's yeah, okay. Let's see if I can find the actual source then.
I don't know, BJ. I don't know how we got into this.
I blame
uninitiated.
BJ. I'm sure BJ made some kind of shit joke that made us go. It's all your fault, BJ.
Yeah, there's this whole article on it.
On waffle stomping.
Yeah, like the pros and cons.
The pros and cons of waffle stomping.
Yeah.
Wow. The degrees that these bloody internet journalists will go to get a story. You should copy and paste that link into the chat. You should have mod
yeah.
thingies. Yeah. Yeah, sorry, Patty. I did most of my drinking earlier in the day, so all of my burps were done like hours ago because I had to get extremely drunk on bourbon and cola for the Formula One race that finished an hour or so ago. I was really in a quandary this afternoon because I had a couple of late nights on the trot this weekend, and I thought, there's no way I'm going to make it to watch this Formula One race live. I'm going to have to do it replay tomorrow morning. And yeah, you know, bless caffeinated beverages that you can mix with your spirits to keep you awake late at night, or alternatively bless second wins, because I was hoping for a second win, because this afternoon I was nodding off watching 2 of last night's cricket games in the IPL.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. I could see you chasing bugs with a fly swat or some nonsense. Looks like what you're doing.
Trying to kill some wasps.
Wasps.
Yeah.
Wapses. Yeah, I got a bunch of them I should kill as well, but I keep forgetting that you got to wait till it's dark before you can use fly spray on them. If it's daylight, you've got to use fly spray and a cigarette lighter so you can burn the shit out of them. But if it's nighttime, they're at least chilled out and laying low on the nest. And as long as you know where the nest is, you can smash them with some good strong fly spray. But still, when you hit them with the fly spray, you've got to run. You've literally got to hit them with a fly spray and then run away. And I'm nearly a 50-year-old man, and I'm quite fat and stuff. I don't run very well, so it's quite a dangerous prospect for me to spray some kind of insect nest that has the potential to damage me quite severely with their butt.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So,
I'm
yeah.
only 20 yet, so still got some running in me.
Well, you want to just swim across the Pacific Ocean and come and spray my wasps for me. Make a good. Maybe I'll wait until next weekend if Balzac's here. I'll get him to film me spraying them and running away from them, and that'll make some superb YouTube content, especially if I get stung many times.
Is it paper wasps?
Similar. They're more like a. I don't know if they call them honeycomb wasps, but they, instead of making like a paper wasp nest, they make a structure.
Oh, like an actual comb, sort of almost like honeycomb.
Just like a wall, but it's full of cells, like honeycomb is full of.
Got one.
And then they just they communicate with pheromones, so they tell other wasps that this is a cool space to nest in. So then other ones come along and they start building their communities or colonies there as well. So yeah, there's a freaking bajillion along the back wall of the shed that I got fixed up by a pest control guy last year. But there's still a bunch of them hanging around in spots that are just a little bit too close to bumping into my head if I walk through with the wrong attitude. Because they work on pheromones. They work on pheromones. If you're walking through their area and you've got a pheromone of king shit on you, they're just gonna go and sting you anyway.
The ones I'm chasing, call them red wasps.
Say again.
Red
ones I'm
wasps.
call them red wasps. Just, I don't know. It's the same thing in Australia or not. Because they will make the little paper honeycomb nest thing.
You know, that was the wild thing was that let's say 10 years ago, that was the only ones we'd get were the paper wasps, as it were, that would make the little nest that was like a cross between bees, honeycomb, and paper and stuff. And now we just get these little smaller ones, apart from the massive giant Australian hornets that build a huge mud nest. The ones that we get now they build pretty much a honeycomb structure without the paper. Like the paper wasps build out in like a upside down cabbage or something.
Well, see, the ones that make the honeycomb looking nest are still considered paper wasps.
Mm-hmm.
They're just yeah, because I do remember the ones that you're talking about, Blackie, where like it was like a paper mache sort of looking thing on the side of a wall or something like that. Because I got smashed by them back when I have
You want to stay home today?
Back when I was like 10 or something.
Right.
But yeah, the ones that we had out the back, similar sort of deal. They made a honeycomb looking nest. It was about so big, but it was like literally just hanging off this tiny little sort of point of connection. And just got our fire starter and just blasted them with fire. Was it Verstappen that won the racing?
It was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Huawei, I don't think we don't have an equivalent to the yellow jackets here, because yellow jackets are they're the ones that nest in the ground. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think we have currently. Hopefully, we have no wasps or hornets that nest in the ground as brutal as those guys. Most of our nasty hornets and wasps nest up on walls or in trees and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been meaning to edit a video. I've got all this video footage of these massive. They're probably very similar to murder hornets. They're
Mm-hmm.
probably bigger and probably nastier because they're from Australia. Yeah, I got footage of these amazing big hornets building their nest and doing the rumpty and stuff, making more babies and whatnot. I really should probably try and edit that into a cohesive YouTube video instead of just doing these live streams of drunken nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the only reason they're calling those Japanese ones murder hornets is because they haven't met the Australian ones yet. I think most of the world understands that as fact. Once the rest of the world gets their hands on these big, massive Australian ones, they'll be trying to find a new word for murder.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got cicada killer wasps in Australia. Size range is 4 centimeters.
Wasp that kills cicada. Interesting.
Sorry, excuse me one moment. I forgot that I sent like a bunch of messages out like about an hour ago. And then I didn't check my responses, and I've got all these messages back. That's how I run this business. Carelessness.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of carelessness, it's like 4:30 in the morning, my time, and I probably should wake up in about an hour and a half.
Are the oldies going to dawn service?
No, stuff that noise. I mean, they can if they want, but they have to walk.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a great lot of respect for people that have served in the military and whatnot, but if I'm wake up with the sun, I'll go out and I'll shed a tear on the driveway and all that stuff, and I'll definitely feel remorse for the soldiers that have served and given their lives for the progression of our culture and whatnot, but I'm not going to go out of my way to, I totally respect it, but I'm not going to force myself to go and wake up at 4 a.m. just so I can be somewhere at 5 a.m. to hear someone do a prayer to some god that I don't believe in about some people that did a thing when when any time of the day, any day of the week, I can offer the same love and prayers to those that have given their lives for the progression of my country. Myself, I don't need to fall in line and do it all at this particular time of day and year to say that I accept and I appreciate and I believe in what was done for our people. I don't believe that shit can be pinned down to a particular day and minute and hour of the day. If you believe in it, you can pull yourself up any time of your life and just close your eyes and imagine it and think, bless those fucking people that gave their lives for this country and whatnot. You don't need to do it on this particular day at this particular time. Like I said before, we can always anyone anywhere can anytime take a moment and reflect and pause and respect the people that have given their lives and their service for their country in a military sense, and appreciate or not, if you don't like what the military does and has done for your country, then you can take your moments to raise some fingers at them and whatnot. But that's my belief, is that you can you proffer your respects to the military of your country whenever you want to, not when they say this is the moment in your life when you must pay respect. You pay respect whenever the fuck you want to.
Exactly.
And the reason we say that is because actually it already is, isn't it? It's Anzac Day today in Australia, which is a celebration of the Australian and New Zealand Armed Services unit of the military, I think, which was formed maybe even in the Crimean War before World War One or part of World War One.
Yeah, something. Warships had something on that.
What?
World of Warships had something on that. The video game. They're having like some little event for it.
Ah, right. That'd be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Will you? Can I give you some homework?
Yes.
if you, I want to know what the because World of Warships is about naval battles, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I want to know what naval battles are associated with the Anzacs first and foremost, and within the Crimean and the World War One, what naval battles the Anzacs factored most in. Fuck, that's pretty serious homework, though. I feel now I've burdened you with an excessive task.
I'll try.
I'd look it up myself, but I really, really, really need to go to bed very soon.
Yeah. All right, then.
What were you about to say, though, Zach? You sounded like you had something really intriguing to say.
Oh, I was having a look at Huawei. He's posted up saying something about on YouTube. There's a fella who gets intentionally stung by wasps and other bugs.
Oh, yeah, that
Coyote
Brave Wilderness. I think is
like
the channel.
Brave Wilderness. He gets he lets bugs bite him and stuff. For
Coyote Peterson.
Peterson, that's him. Thank you. Yeah, he did an episode of Hot Ones with Sean Evans, the
Oh, okay.
hot sauce chicken wings interview show. He did a pretty good one, actually. He was good.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been because I was quite familiar with him as well, because I have watched a few of his YouTube videos and whatnot. But yeah, he's good value, Coyote Peterson. And then when you go into your all the hot sauces and stuff, and then like me last week, and you mix up your incredibly hot one with one that's just a normal one, and then you go to town on your food with the incredibly hot one you're eating it before you realize that you've mixed up your hot sauces. Wow, yeah, that was my Coyote Peterson moment that I probably should have filmed.
Mm.
Blair's Ultra Death Sauce.
The Battle of Coral Sea was a series of naval engagements off the northeast coast of Australia between May 4th and 8th, 1942.
But yeah, the first time the Anzacs were actually formed was in Egypt in December 1914.
World War One.
Yeah, so they first saw action at Gallipoli in 1915.
No. Yeah, there was I'm fairly certain there was a bunch in the First World War of Australian and New Zealand troops that were the Light Horse Brigade, but I believe there was in the Crimean War before World War One gone. I believe there was there was another horse brigade that was called something similar.
He's
back. There he is.
Sorry, single connection. Just wants to know, what does it have to do with Balzacs?
Everything has to do with Balzacs.
I think
all the things do.
Mm-hmm.
So I came across something else on wasps. There's one called a huntsman killing spider, where they actually lay their eggs into the body of the arachnid.
I think I've heard of those, or something similar.
The wasps go out, seek a live huntsman, and then there is a life and death battle between the wasp and the spider. Most often the wasp wins.
Yeah,
and then a single egg is laid inside the abdomen of the huntsman. Once hatched, the larvae eats the spider from the inside out. They tend to leave the vital organs till last, as the spider needs those to stay alive.
Yeah, they're not stupid, are they? Any parasite knows it needs to keep its host alive.
There's a fucking picture there as well, and it's a pretty big fucking wasp.
Mm-hmm. I imagine so.
There's a short video on my YouTube channel of a wasp dismantling a spider, but it's not one of the parasitic ones. It's one that they dismantle spiders and they take their legs off, and then they take the bodies of the spiders back to their nest, and they entomb the spiders without their legs and whatnot in the nests for when the larvae hatch of the wasps, so that they have this pantry of almost dead spiders available to them. That's one of this hornet's nests that engage in this particular behavior. I've been I've filmed them building the nest and everything, and now I just want to smash the nest apart and film the juveniles or the larvae of the wasp engaging in the feeding on these spiders and stuff. But I don't know how successful that mission will be. But I'm going to have a go at it.
Okay, I've done that to fire ant nests. Just kick them open.
Thankfully we don't have too many of them around here at the moment. The fire ants' nests.
That's good. They're annoying. You poison like 2 or 3, and then 6 pop up the next day.
Yeah, they know how to spread.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's finish this, guys. Let's be done with this so I can go to bed, because I got to be awake in 2 hours' time.
Yeah. All right. Thanks for having me up, Blackie.
No worries, dude. Good to see you again. It's been a while.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm glad to see you're healthy and well and alive and all that stuff.
Same.
And still willing to be seen on the same screen as me after all these years.
Let's end on poop. Okay. We already did that.
Yeah, I think I did enough. If you want the real poop talk, go to the live stream from Wednesday or Tuesday night, America time. When Alyssa Bentley got on screen, we did quite an in-depth discussion on poop and whatnot, much to my chagrin, but I still kept talking.
Yep.
All right, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. Take it easy. Derek, again, thank you for hanging out. Zach, thank you for hanging out.
All good.
Good to see you.
We're going to keep trying to do this on a regular basis, so it won't be at a regular time or anything. It'll just be whenever. Secrets, squirrel kind of stuff. So, if you don't catch it live, catch the replay, and it's probably going to still be the same replay team 6 that watches the other replays. So well done you if you made it this far. 3 hours. We've just done over 3 hours. How ridiculous. Anyway, all right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for hanging out.
Bye.
Be good. Look after yourselves. See yous when we're looking at yous. And